Yeah.
Okay.
Being delusional.
Same as men.
Yeah.
Like you're literally you just tried to argue with me that a woman's dating life is similar difficulty to a man's, and that's just like not true at all.
I'll tell you why.
Wait, hold on,
hold one second.
Go ahead. Tell me
addressed
how.
me. Let me tell you something. For example, okay, me, I single, I'm stepping out. Me, I decide to be open-minded and give men opportunities to speak to them. And what I find, I beg.
Sorry, my bad.
Okay, and I'm telling you, for facts, in modern day, the same way you guys can complain about women is the same way we complain about men. For me, I actually find it very difficult to even speak to men, not just because of what I look like, it's also because of the fact that a lot of the time men will be thinking, okay, she thinks like, she's comfortable, she's very much, established in herself, and they tend to challenge me for no reason. They're not even nice to me. So me, I'm not going to lie to you. The same way you complain about women, I complain about men. Yeah, it will be easier for me if I want to have sex with a man, but it will be much harder for me to be able to respect a man to a point where I will say, yeah, I would marry you. Oh, yeah, I would give you the opportunity to even get close to me that way. Because a lot of men are letting themselves down in what it even means to be a basic man.
So it's the guy's fault?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's the guy's fault. I'm talking from my perspective. The same way you guys can complain is the same way I complain. You guys find it difficult. I find it difficult.
But you're not refuting any of his points.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. I'm just adding my point. Okay. I also find it difficult. So I don't think it's okay.
Points. Useless points.
It's for you, but it's my experience. So I can just compare.
Let's be objective here. Let's do a little bit of accountability. You're 31 years old.
Yes.
You're a fairly masculine woman.
So you say.
You are.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people tell me I'm not. They say that it's dependent on the man. If you find me masculine, it's maybe you're not masculine enough. That's what they say. So I'm just
you're not agreeable, right?
Not with you.
You're just not agreeable, which is a masculine trait. You pursued higher education. You work in the professional world. I'm
a teacher, so that's a feminine profession, really, isn't it?
Are you a teacher? You said that you counsel people.
Behavior management. I work with children. I help them.
Okay. Again,
actually.
You don't have children, right? And you don't have a man.
No.
Okay, so you're pursuing career.
No, I'm not pursuing a career. I'm just living my life because I have bills to pay.
Okay. Look, whether you want to accept it or not, right? And women get really mad when I say this. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the fact that you have bills to pay means you have to step into your masculine to work, to not be agreeable. I'm not trying to shit on you.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But working and pursuing higher education, etc., inevitably masculinizes you as a female.
Well, I believe that for me, higher education gave me the opportunity to be around men of value.
Let's go back to the original point that I was trying to make here.
And it does add value to me. In Africa, women being educated is a good thing.
Okay, look, again, that's great. But all I'm simply trying to say here is because you're saying, oh, well, I could complain about men too, blah, 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 all this other stuff. You do understand that at 31 years old, being a fairly masculine woman and having a higher education, etc., actually hurts you when it comes to finding a man, right?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. What I'm doing right here is I'm talking to you, somebody that I don't necessarily agree with. But I don't surround myself with people like you. So the people that I am around that are more like the people that are my type, we don't need to disagree. In fact, I don't have this experience with other men. I only have it with men that come on this podcast. So really, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the problem. Maybe I'm looking at you guys and think that you probably just don't understand.
Okay, let me be objective about this. If you're 31 years old as a woman and you haven't been able to find a guy to take you seriously that you actually respect and admire, hold on, stop. If you're not, if you're in your 30s and you haven't found a man that you love, admire, and respect, and that's going to take you serious and reciprocate, you failed as a female with the plethora of options that women have nowadays.
Well, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. For example, I'll quote this. Jordan B. Peterson said that the higher intellect or the higher IQ a woman has, the more likely it is for her to find it more difficult to find a partner because of hypergamy.
Name one study.
So, listen, I beg, shut up, man. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I am not an average woman. So that means that for me, it's much harder to find a man. So I'm not going to rush and be with just anybody that doesn't suit me because then we get together and it's going to be chaos. So I'm not going to be with a man that finds me masculine because he's too weak. Because a real man does not find me masculine. A real man thinks I'm actually cute. And they make me feel and I actually sit down with them and I'm quite
interesting. Anytime, and I found this very interesting, anytime a woman prefaces a statement with a real man, it's always followed with him lowering his standards or dealing with some fuckery.
No.
For example, you're saying a real man would be able to tolerate me, etc. Let me tell you something. I'm being very candid with you. I'm a multimillionaire. A lot of my friends are multimillionaires, successful, etc. We don't fucking like women like you. No offense. With all due respect. Hold on, stop. Let me finish. Because we don't want to go out and conquer the world and come back and deal with females like you. because you guys are annoying. Masculine women don't attract masculine men. If I wore heels on fucking Saturday, you would never accept me. So why is it appropriate for you to be arguing and be masculine? Because you are a masculine woman. Trust me, you can't hide that shit. You are.
Fine.
Okay?
I'm strong.
You are a masculine woman.
I'm a strong woman.
Fantastic, which means you're masculine.
Yeah,
that's fine. But masculine men want feminine women that don't argue with them, period.
Yeah. Okay, I argue with you because you're not my man.
To me,
if you
hold
were
on,
my man,
stop.
it'd be different.
And
You're
I
not
find
one
it
to me.
interesting
Abi?
how every single one of my successful friends think the same. And here's the other thing. You know what? Regular guys think the same too.
Okay.
You know what the difference is? We don't have to tolerate masculine women once you reach a certain level.
Then let me tell you something. Tell your average and successful men to leave me alone because they won't. That's it. Tell them to leave me alone.
What, they don't want to commit to you then?
No, I don't want to commit to them because as much as they love me, I don't want them because they don't suit me. That's why I said I'm going to keep this whole relationship thing quiet because I don't want to break anybody's heart, but I don't want to confirm anything either. Keep it very ambiguous.
The man that you
because
want,
there's a lot of people that don't leave me alone.
The man that you want doesn't want you back. That's what this comes down to. Because if he did want you back, you would be married right now.
That's not true.
Because you and I both know at 31 years old, as a female, not being married, you're an objective failure.
Not really.
Yes, you are.
That's down to you.
You're an objective failure.
Let me tell you, and this is the reason why I also don't believe in statistics, because you are making an assumption.
I'm not using a statistic
I beg. I haven't finished.
I'm not using
I haven't finished. I haven't finished. You're using your general perception of what you've met of people to make a conclusion about me when you don't know me. I'm sitting in a podcast, fresh and fit podcast, as a woman. Of course, I'm going to speak to you like this because, as far as I'm concerned, this is a debate, and I know how to debate very well when I want to.
Don't.
Yeah, I do actually.
You've used that.
The only difference is that you guys are here shouting, and every time I try to speak, you cut me off. That's it. Literally.
Because you ramble on.
No.
And you make arguments that don't have to do with the point of discussion.
The arguments are simply parallels to show you that your logic doesn't necessarily make sense. It's not a correct and exact science.
We were talking about the term abuse being changed, and then you tried to link that to racism in prison.
No, I explained to you how terms within legal terms they change, they evolve through time.
And then you went back to racism.
Justice and the legal system, they evolve through time. What was a law 10 years ago is not the same law now. Everything evolves. Everything evolves. Even the way people listen. The fact that we have policies for equality and diversity tells you everything. The fact that we have the fact that we have anti-racist
let me back up. Guys. Look, the reason why I said if a woman's 30 plus and doesn't have a man and she's an objective, the reason why I say this is because we know that women derive pleasure, right, from family and children. And you kind of gave yourself away a second ago. You didn't say, oh, I'm not chasing a career, I'm just chasing happiness, right? Or I'm just living my life.
Yeah.
Right? And working is a means to an end, right?
I have to pay bills.
Okay. But if you had the opportunity, you actually said this earlier. That's why I love writing things down. You would prefer a man to pay a majority of the bills if you could get it, right? Now you don't. So you're working just as a means to an end, which is cool. I accept that. That's actually why most women work as a means to an end. But if women had the opportunity, they would prefer to be with a man that they love, admire, and respect, that could take care of them. But that's not easy to find. And that's a minority of men that can actually provide that. So if a minority of men can actually provide, yes, that's a minority of men, because you would have had one by now if it was a majority. Well, it's a minority.
No, that's not why I would also just have a man by now. There's also context to behind the scenes.
Okay,
so you don't know my story.
Okay, fantastic, which makes it you even more selective.
Yeah, a little
which
bit.
makes the man even rarer. Which proves my point once again.
And also as well.
You do realize the more you talk, the more you hang yourself.
No, I'm not trying to hang myself. I'm just saying it's nothing.
You're picky as hell, but you're 31 years old.
Listen,
look.
I am picky.
Why am I gonna pick a girl that's 31 that's argumentative and masculine? Stop.
You don't want to pick me.
Stop.
Ultimately, I'm the one that makes the decision. Correct? I'm
speaking generally here. I'm not talking about me, myself as Myron Gates. I'm saying, why would a man that's attractive, that's at the top of his game, get with a 31-year-old woman who's lost her value? No offense, because we value age and youth and beauty. Mm-hmm. Why would he get with an older woman? Would he get with a younger woman that's more attractive and in her prime?
There's many reasons.
But to be fair when you described the kind of man that you wanted, it basically exactly described like the archetypal high value man.
No, it doesn't.
Which is what he's talking about.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
So the question stands: would that guy
that is not what
that you described want to get?
One of the things I said first was, I don't give a damn if the guy's got money or not, as long as he's not an absolute idiot and he's able to want to build himself to a point where he can help me as the partner that he's meant to be when, for example, we have children, when things happen, when when life happens.
We kind of go around in circles a bit with it, aren't we?
Simple.
Now?
I don't need a man to be rich. I need a man to give me stability and to make me wet when I need it, just by looking at me. Simple.
But
he doesn't need to talk.
Look, what you're demanding, you no longer qualify for.
Well, that's what you think.
It's the truth, and it's been proven by it's been proven literally by what's going on right now. You're single.
Listen,
you're objectively proving it for me.
It's okay. The way you're trying to present it is as if I'm single because my value is lower and people not picking me. That is not the truth. I am single for many reasons that I don't need to go into right here because they're personal. Got options, but I've got a million options. If I want to tomorrow, I will.
You don't want options. You don't want them, so they're not real options.
No, they are options.
No, they're not.
They are.
Because you don't want them.
You don't want them.
See, this is what I'm trying to say when I say y'all are retarded, bro. Like, dudes that you don't like or don't respect and don't want to be with are not fucking options. They're guys that give you attention.
That's not what I said. That doesn't mean that I don't respect them.
They're guys that give you attention that you don't like.
Bro,
because if you did, you would have been with them.
Listen, there's men that give me attention that I don't like. There are men that give me attention I think, oh, you're okay. And there are men that give me attention I think, actually, you're a great candidate.
And also,
that's the privilege of being a woman.
Have gone higher.
Yeah, and you don't get with them. Which means they're lacking in something.
No, I don't get with them because I'm not going to get with every guy that is supposedly good. So I have to take my time because I'm not loose.
But then you're not getting with any guy. But then how does that make sense?
But then I've just told you.
And your value is rapidly declining in the process.
I don't care. I don't care because I'm somebody that attracts a lot of people. If I attract a lot of people, I'm not going to pick the first one that comes to me.
How many people have you tried?
Listen, I don't need to try people because I'm not doing that.
Also, women's standards have gone really high as well. Just wanted to add to that. That's probably why they're just not picking.
My standards have to be high. Unfortunately for a man, because if my standards are not high, I will destroy that man.
Your high standards. See, this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, you can't have these high standards no more. You're 31.
I can.
You're 31, bro.
I can. Actually, it's so funny.
You're 31. Like, yo, we need to bring women back.
You can't say that to her.
I actually can.
It's the truth. This is what, hold on. Stop.
She's choosing to be single.
Stop. Shut the fuck up. Everybody shut up for 2 seconds. Because this is crazy. What if I said, yo, I play video games every day. I'm 300 pounds. I made $10,000 last year. I want a bad bitch. What would you guys say to me?
There's niggas that are doing that still.
Okay, but hold on.
She had one.
Hold on, but am I delusional? Am I a dumbass for thinking that? I am. That's delusional because I don't qualify for what I want. I'm a brokey. I'm fat. I'm a loser. And here's the thing. Reality is going to let me know ain't no bad bitch is going to want me. Okay? I got to get out there and become that guy to be attractive. Why is that women think, I'm not going to change. I'm going to get older. I'm going to wait it out. And I still want a top tier guy to pick me. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening.
Well,
if you're single at 31, chances are you're going to stay single past 31.
Listen.
And this is statistically proven too.
That's okay.
No,
that's okay.
Myron, they become side chicks at 35.
Yeah, like, bro, this crazy.
Don't worry.
It's crazy.
My reality, you've never met a woman like me. My reality is quite different. I'll tell you that much.
Like
you wish, girl. You really wish. That's why you only know one thing.
I really do.
That's why I'm the person. I'm the only girl that comes here as often as I do.
And you are for as crazy as you are on time.
Exactly. And it's not even that I'm on time. And I'll tell you something.
Punctuality is masculine trait.
Listen, as much as you're talking and saying all of this, you're the person that says the reason why you come here is because you don't complain. You come, you do. I don't complain. Me and you can have all.
You do have. I'm not saying you have no.
Listen.
I'm not saying you have no positive qualities. I could list them right now.
You don't even know me, but I'm just telling you. You've seen two sides.
I've known you for like a year. Okay,
bro. This girl.
Okay.
What's my middle name?
Look, man.
So,
like, I know your name is Hannah Pearl Davies. What's mine? What's my surname even?
See, that's a masculine trait. Interjecting, not being agreeable.
We all did it. Including your best friend, Pearl.
But you the most, by far.
Not really.
You and this other girl right here.
Yo, we're going in circles, man, because you know what I'm saying.
I haven't spoke the whole night, so...
Go on, Moroccan.
You could say something. What do you want to say?
No, I'm good.
The way say that, man.
Moroccan, why are you single?
We've given you opportunities to talk, and you just said, no, I don't want to say anything.
I am newly single, and I have been single for 3 months, and I chose to leave the man. I was going to get married. He was perfect on paper, but I walked away.
Why?
Stupid.
Because I am very...
And this is why, this is what I'm trying to say. Arranged marriages are a thing because women make bad decisions.
Because I'm like you. I'm very picky and I know what I want. And it's like, although someone's maybe perfect for me on paper and he treats me like a princess and things like that, there's things that I need. And if that person doesn't have it...
You're 29.
Yes,
a lot of women value their happiness
Can you tell us what the things were? I mean, I know it's like personal, but can you be a bit specific, just out of interest?
Yeah, that is like, the person was a people pleaser.
What?
Like, not just with me, but with like the family, his friends. It was like the people around him. He was just.
So he's a nice guy.
He's a really nice guy.
Can I?
This is fucking
that's
crazy. So you know, I was happy with him.
I have a question for you guys. Can I ask a question?
I was very happy with him. I did not leave him for that reason.
So what's the reason?
He made some very rash decisions. Like, he did something really stupid at one point. Like, we're supposed to be getting engaged and married this year, and he suddenly goes and invests like so much money into some random business just because his friends convinced him to. I was not okay with that.
I want that for the ring instead.
Well, shouldn't you be supportive of his dreams?
Hold on. Did you talk to your parents about this, or your brother or some shit?
Yeah, my family met him. Yeah.
And what did they tell you when you said, "I'm going to leave"? Was he Arab himself?
He was Pakistani. My brother is in support of me leaving him. But my mum is like, kind of like, oh my God, you're 29, you need to get married.
Well, your mom sees what it is.
She's panicking, but my brother's like, no,
because she knows the truth.
Someone better.
Well, your brother knows his friend, I guess.
And my brother's 17, and he.
What the? He don't know
He's
shit.
a kid.
Yeah, but he's very switched on.
He's a kid.
Yet. He don't know shit.
You're 30 years old,
nigga.
Bro, hold on.
She went off a teenager.
29.
You let a kid
nigga
tell you what
can't
to
even
do.
drink alcohol.
Yeah.
She listened to a minor about her
Committing
life.
drive.
Bruh.
Oh shit! I'm gonna crush the car. Yo,
Shout out to my brother.
that's crazy.
What the fuck?
No, I know what I'm doing.
That nigga being off right now, and you over
I
here
know what
listening to
I'm
him.
doing.
What the fuck?
I know what I'm doing. He wasn't my husband. I know what I'm doing.
Yo.
And she values her happiness.
I value
over that.
myself so much. I have so much respect for myself. I bring so much to the table.
How long have you been together?
And I will meet my husband.
How long have you been together?
He wasn't that person.
How long have you been together?
I knew you were going to dump him. I just want you to know the past year I knew you were going to dump him.
Really?
Yeah, based on how you spoke about him, I knew. I already knew. Yeah, because...
We don't miss.
Yeah, it was because you valued... I could tell you liked his resources more than him by the way you spoke about him.
Damn.
I could tell he was like a rich...
So you are a gold
He seemed
digger.
like, if I'm guessing...
So you are
Well,
a
you
gold
left
digger.
him. You got a good heart then.
I could tell. No, I'm sorry. That sounded really harsh. I didn't mean it to be, but
Yeah.
it sounded like when I heard you talk about him, I guessed rich dork. That's what I guessed.
You know what it is? It wasn't even that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm off. So I don't know. But that was just based on how you talked about him.
It was more so like he just lacked boundaries, and that's very important for me.
But the thing is, boundaries.
Yeah, you need a guy to tell you to shut up.
Boundaries.
Yo, look, put the fuck camera on you, man. That's why I tell you motherfuckers, bro. Women deserve less book stores right now.
Yeah.
I tell you guys this shit all the time. They don't know what the fuck they want. You're
No,
a nice
I know what I
guy.
want.
You're be quiet. You're a nice guy. You make money. You're successful. Oh, I'm going to give you the world, all this other shit. You go ahead and you invest to make more money for the relationship, by the way. And girls get mad, like, that got to be used in my engagement. And they break up with you. Bro, this is why I tell y'all, man, be fucking... have the frame, man. Have the frame. This example of a guy that took pussy.
But here's the thing.
He had no frame, and that's why she left him.
Boundaries are for guys. This is what I learned. Boundaries are for guys you don't really like.
What do you even mean by he didn't have boundaries?
No. He didn't have rules on her.
Yeah, I know.
She did whatever she wanted.
So
Is that how you mean? Is that how you mean it?
No. So he would never ever express he would never say, these are the rules. I don't want you doing this. I don't.
Yes.
So when I would
No
go
frame.
go and do something, he would hold it against me.
Fuck it, the red pills are dropping. The red pills are dropping from the sky,
fuck, man.
He would bottle it up. He would bottle it up, and then one day, what he would do is he would try and get revenge on me. So, for example,
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, passive aggressive. So,
Feminine
for
trait.
example, I went to a place called Tramp here in London.
Oh, my God.
Red flag.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
Hold on a second. For dinner, I went there for dinner. I did not go to party. I went with my friend for dinner, and I went
to the trap house to get medicine.
He knew I was out. I was speaking to him the whole night. I even sent him pictures of my lobster pasta, and he was like, oh, yeah, enjoy yourself, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, few weeks later, I didn't say that I went to
paid for
Tramp.
that dinner?
My friend was on the phone to me. And
Who paid for the dinner?
Sorry?
Who paid for that dinner?
Me and I paid for myself. My friend paid for herself.
You went just with you and your girlfriend?
Me and my girl, yeah. And he knew.
Yeah, so what was the issue
He knows that friend because she always drops me home, and he knows I'm okay with her.
So why did it become an issue then?
So, because I didn't say that I was specifically at Tramp. So he had a problem with that for some reason. He's like, why didn't you say you was in Tramp? A week later, he decided to go to Paris randomly with his friends, didn't tell me, acted like he was in a country. And I'm like, things like that, you're just playing games. I don't mess with things like that. Like, be a man and say it with your chest in the start. Tell me I'm not okay with you going to these places.
Either stay the same or get worse.
Don't come to me
they don't
2 weeks, 3 weeks later, and then suddenly try and, have revenge on me. I don't play like that. So I broke up with him.
AKA, you don't like him. Period.
I don't get it. It was revenge to go to Paris.
No. Don't disrespect me like that.
This is actually a really good learning moment for the audience out there. This is an example of having money but still being a bitch, and you lose your girl. She only tolerated him because he had money.
Facts.
That's the only reason she tolerated him.
That's not true. That's not true. I cared about him, and he was an amazing person, and we were going to get married this year. Unfortunately, too many things.
If he didn't have the money, you wouldn't have been with him. You wouldn't have given him a chance.
Too many things kept coming up, and I was like, I can't marry
If he didn't have the money, you wouldn't have let it last as long as it did, bro. Like, come on, man.
But it is an important learning. It is an important learning moment.
It is a learning moment.
Of course.
No, just quickly. It's an important learning moment
for guys out there to learn.
Because guys, there are guys out there. Some guys think it's all about looks, right? But there's a big contingent of guys who think it's all about money.
Yes.
It's like if you've got money, that's it. You're sorted. And it's not true. It's not true.
That's what I've been
because you need the.
She'll tolerate you. Yeah. And then if you spend that money for the engagement, she'll break up with you.
But you've got to have the riz. You've got to have the edge.
You've got to have everything.
You've got to have everything. Exactly.
And notice she's following her path, not his path.
Yes.
You know what? The money that was supposed to be on the wedding, no, you know what? Fuck that. We're putting it towards our future for an investment. She said, you know what? Fuck that. It should be towards the wedding.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it was your path, not his path.
I don't want to be an asshole, but I said this in my book. Most women want to get married, but they don't want to be wives.
Yeah.
No, how about you say that's showing me that he's perhaps not making mature decisions and being quite reckless and maybe putting my life at risk.
Hold on.
He's putting my life at risk.
Stop. With all due respect, the guy had money when you met him, right?
Yeah.
So who the fuck are you to tell him how to invest?
Exactly. What
exactly?
You know?
Like, bro, get out of here, man.
What do you know?
At a time where we are about to get married, there is a huge difference. I've spoken to guys who also agreed with me. They were like, yeah, it's the wrong timing.
Because here's the thing.
They're lying.
Dudes that got money, no. Dudes that got money, a lot of the times, like even the biggest simps will have some money somewhere else that you don't fucking know about. He might have had some money somewhere else. Maybe some crypto shit, whatever.
You don't know.
If he made an investment like that and he made the money in the first place, trust me, he probably knew what he was doing. And I find it amazing how he has more money than you, more competent than you, more successful than you, but you're trying to dictate how we invest the money that he worked for and say, that was the good decision. When the reality is women are 80% of the consumer base and you guys control 3/4 of debt. Y'all don't know how to spend no fucking money. Y'all are retards with money. No offense. It was the truth, objectively speaking. I got the numbers to show me.
I can agree with that one.
Lobster pasta.
Don't spend my
But you
money
over here trying to tell a rich nigga how to invest his money. And you mad because he didn't spend it on a fucking wedding.
Lobster pasta.
At Trump as well. Come on.
Trump.
Yo, I'm going to keep it 1,000. I'm going to keep it 1,000. You might want to get back with him, man.
He wants me back, and
if he's watching now, have you got?
No. What I will say is, when we broke up, he was distraught, and I did say to him, if it's meant to be, we will actually find our way back.
You're controlling. That's your problem. What? That's your. No offense. I'm not.
I wouldn't go back to him. You're not going to respect him.
You can't.
And that's worse. You might end up abusing him.
You're never going to like guys you can
control. Because I know he's a good guy and he has amazing qualities.
The problem is,
I'm not blind.
You know
what
it is?
Yeah.
He can't tell her no. So the problem is she's leading the whole interaction. Yeah. And if she doesn't get her way, you know what? Fuck this guy.
And here's the other thing too. Like if you knew breaking up with him, he would be like, fuck this bitch. I'm blocking her. I'm never talking to her again. You wouldn't have left him. You know, you're leaving him because you're like, yo, I could probably do better. Because like right now you're like, okay.
She's leaving the door open.
You know what she did? This is what she did. Yeah. She basically left the casino up, and she was like, you know what? I could make a little more. Okay, I'm going back in. And she went back in the casino, but she don't realize the casino's going to close in about an hour.
I have a question.
No, because I had better before him, and I chose him because I wanted
Wait, you said before.
Different.
What also was going on before?
Because I had so many options before him, and I didn't choose
keyword,
those
before.
people.
What happened before, though?
What do you mean?
Like what you said before. That's a key word.
Like before I met him.
The other guys?
There was
no. You were younger back then. You were younger.
From.
Yeah, but you were younger.
Like what? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Are you saying like guys with money or something like this?
I had many options, and I chose him because he was loyal, he was honest, he had all these amazing qualities. But it was when he started behaving like this and switching up and doing things like this, I was like, I can't marry this guy. This is scary.
I want to tell you something I noticed. Whenever women use the traits that you just said, like loyal, on like the stuff that you just said, they always dump them. Like I've just noticed that the past.
But the intention was not to dump him. The intention
You sound
was
like
to
you
marry him.
It doesn't matter what your intention. Like men don't care about your intentions. They don't care. They look at what you do. And so if you're listing like he's loyal, he's honest, he's this, men are going to hear that and say, oh well, if I'm loyal and honest and this to her, then she's gonna dump me too.
I mean, they're kind of not seductive. With all due respect, they're kind of anti-seductive qualities in a sense. Because if you think about the archetypal bad boy that women supposedly want, right? The James Bond, the Daniel Craig, is he loyal? Is he nurturing? Is he all of those things?
I chose him because he didn't have those things.
Right, okay. But what gives you the tingles?
Was there a cheater before?
Troy,
I feel like there. I feel like there was a cheater before him.
You know what's funny? Troy.
No, actually, never been with a cheater. Never even been with that many guys.
Real quick. Troy, she had fun with the guys that were fun, exciting, bad boys. Yeah. And so you know what? I'm getting older. Time to settle down. I'm gonna find a guy's loyal. They gotta take care of me and is somewhat nice to me. Yeah. So she shows this guy. Yeah. Unfortunately, a nice guy with money doesn't mean frame. So by default, you stayed in the game for a little bit. Oh, you know what? He's choosing money and business over me.
I'm
out.
We're happier with a guy that cheats than a guy that's safe.
I don't know.
No, and I know maybe you can say no, and I get it. I used to say no, that's not true. But I just look at what we do.
I think it's more in the middle, you know.
I feel like it's just the way someone behaves. Like I want someone who's like needs to be respected.
I've interviewed himself.
Women don't respect loyal men. They don't. Yeah. Because when I'm loyal to you, especially sexually, what that basically says is I can only get sex from you, and therefore I am victim to whatever you want. Just like the guy that was sexless. You need to know that you could be replaced at any time. That's the only thing women respect.
So would you cheat on your spouse then?
Yes, 100%.
I don't know. You know what?
Fuck.
You know.
Why am I? Yo, you think I'm gonna be like rise up and do all this shit to fuck one bitch? Are y'all crazy?
And I want to tell you something.
So would you get married then?
Huh?
Would you get married then?
Marriage is a scam. If I was to get married, I wouldn't do it with the state.
I respect guys like you then.
No. I would do it if I was to get married. I wouldn't do it with the state.
Sorry?
I'd do it religiously only.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it with the state involved. Yeah, I mean that's a whole other conversation.
Okay.
But I don't think
I respect guys like you who can just outright say, this is what I'm about.
But this is how most men think, though.
But it's the men that don't say it. That's the problem.
But you should have common sense to know that's how they're going to move anyway.
But religiously,
matter of fact, your culture has common sense enough to know that men are going to do it.
Yes.
And it's been that way for centuries. So why do you think men are going to change now?
Yeah, but then the men in my culture, they're not dishonest about it. In some case, in a lot of cases, they're not dishonest about it.
Whether they're dishonest about it or not is irrelevant if you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. Well,
if I tell you it's raining outside and I give you an umbrella, but it doesn't rain and it's sunshine, fantastic. But isn't it good to have that umbrella so you can put it out when the rain comes? Because you know it's going to come?
What's that? That doesn't make any sense.
What's I know.
Got to do?
But
what's that got to do with our?
If I tell you that all men are going to cheat in general,
these people,
okay, most men are going to cheat in general. Your culture actually braced you for this.
Why are you talking about umbrellas?
Rihanna, get it? Rihanna, bro, umbrella. The song.
That makes sense. See, Fresh, you're smart.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are smart.
Do you understand an analogy?
Oh, the same way I tried to do analogies and you call me stupid. Sorry, my bad. I forgot.
You didn't make an analogy.
I did make various analogies.
You didn't make any analogies that made sense.
Sorry, my bad.
So what I'm saying is that your own culture told you what I just said. If most men in a balance of probabilities are going to cheat, you should probably just accept it. And you even said it yourself. Like,
do you think that's the right thing to do, though?
Yes. Yeah. And I absolutely think...
So you're at risk of spreading STIs... causing emotional damage in multiple households.
Okay, women always use the STI argument.
Out of wedlock.
Condoms pretty much, condoms pretty much destroy that, right? Guys shouldn't be idiots. Like, obviously, don't fucking, you should get tested and everything else like that. Or have sex with your girl with condom. How about that? That works too, actually. So no one wants to do that, but you could do that as well. Girls always want to use the STI example, which is a retarded example. What I'm saying is this: I don't want more women to do, because with all due respect, what you did was very dumb. You're with a successful guy that has money, that loved you and treated you well, and you broke up with him over him not spending money or engagement, which is ridiculous to me. But the problem is that women are delusional, right? What I mean by they'll have a good guy in front of them and they'll think, I could do better. The grass green on the other side. Or, I think I want this guy that's 6'5", that's attractive and makes money, and he's only going to be loyal to me.
Men think like that too, though.
How?
If they're, for example... Look,
we can't be delusional like y'all. We can't. Remember the example I gave you earlier? I'm a fucking loser. I don't make no money. I'm fat. I'm not going to get no bitches.
But you guys want like.
But you could be fat and retarded as a female and still get invited on a yacht.
And I want to say what he was saying about men not being loyal. I'll tell you, like 3 years ago, again, I thought they were crazy because I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, I do this show. And I'll interview guys that'll argue with me like vehemently. They'll say like cheating is so wrong. Cheating is so wrong. It is so wrong. It is so wrong. Like, and they all cheat. Like even the guys that'll get on these podcasts and argue so vehemently that it is wrong. They always have something. You know, I don't want to. I
got one. I'm going to give. If there's one thing you ladies are going to take from this podcast from me, because I've probably triggered you and you don't like it, that's fine. I'll give you one thing. If you're with a guy that you like, admire, and respect, and he does everything else right, and he fucks a bitch every now and then, and you leave him, you're a fucking dumbass. You're a real big dumbass. Especially if you're picky. Because chances are you're not going to find that guy again.
Exactly.
And then let's say you find another guy, you got to do the same shit.
I think you know what I said about cheating respectfully and disrespectfully. I think that also comes into play. If you've got the woman there, you do it every now and again. She doesn't come into contact with the wife, not trying to cause havoc in the relationship.
You know, you guys should
not fine, but
you guys should be intelligent. My chick, she's smart. She gets it. Oh,
so you're in a relationship?
Yes, open on my end only.
Oh my.
Open on my end only. That's the only way it goes, baby. Fine. That's how it is.
Okay.
You know, men lead, women follow.
But you said you were rich, so you kind of you give her.
That's not just it. She was just with a rich dude. He was a bitch. So, like, no offense.
No, he was not. That's not fair.
You just said he couldn't stand on boundaries.
Can I ask you a question,
That's the definition of being a bitch.
Guys, if you're not rich,
can we just
if you're not rich, could you have made that request for your girl?
Look, it's not just about having money, because if I just had money, she'll walk all over me. It's about saying, this is how it is. You want to be with me, this is how it is.
I guarantee she's not okay with it. Deep down, she's not okay with it.
No, she accepts it because she knows this is what comes with the territory.
That's it.
If I was just rich, she would be like, she would probably have some rules for me.
No, because you're rich, so that's
a component. I'm not going to sit here and be delusional.
So that's absolutely a component. Not every guy can be thinking like that. So basically, you're saying that men will cheat. If you're talking to an average man that doesn't necessarily provide enough to even blind his girl, then he's fucked.
Exactly.
And it's kind of irresponsible to kind of say
99% of men.
You're high value.
Okay,
so you can afford to do
99% of men want to have multiple women. It's just that they don't have the sexual market value to do it. And sexual market value encompasses many things. There's rich guys that can barely pull it off. Or they got to pay escorts, or they got to sneak around. I'm not sneaking around in my own fucking house. My girl, my girl don't talk back to me. Like this whole situation, argue. There's no arguments. This is how it is. She packs my fucking condoms when I travel. That's how real it is.
Oh, yeah, sorry for her.
Yeah, and here's the thing. No. She lives a great fucking life, and she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than all the girls here. No offense.
That's
right.
Fine.
But what I'm trying to explain to you, ladies, is if you got a guy that checks off all the boxes, you got to deal. You got to pay the price. You got to pay the price for that man checking all those boxes. He didn't check all those boxes off to just fuck you.
Would you say your girlfriend's a gold digger?
Yeah, she is. Definitely.
They all are to a degree, of course.
Okay.
I'm
going to be honest.
Can we just stop?
But here's the thing. But she's intelligent enough to understand. If I want to deal with this kind of guy, it comes with these kinds of problems.
Okay.
So what's better? You want to be with a brokey that might cheat on you anyway, or a guy that has money but is a simp and can't enforce boundaries, so you're not sexually aroused by him.
Yeah, but then between brokey and rich, there's so much in between.
Guys,
so I wouldn't want to be with a man like you, for example. Not because you're not good looking, you're very attractive and this and that. And I know you can say that you wouldn't want to be with a woman like me, right? That's fine. You're entitled to your choice. I'm entitled to mine. I actually think that your success makes you look like an asshole, and that doesn't look attractive to me. Whereas I'm going to then go on the other side. Whereas Fresh, he's been sitting there being much more. She's
Rizzy up Fresh now.
No, I'm just comparing and contrasting.
Fresh, are you interested?
Listen, I'm just comparing and contrasting. Listen, I'm just comparing.
What are you doing after the show, Fresh?
Listen.
Do you want it? We could she could be your first date on The Bachelor.
Can I finish? No, I'm just explaining. This is not, listen, and I know that this is nothing personal. I'm just telling you from my impression of you. The same way you have an impression of me being masculine, I have an impression of you that you come across more like an asshole. And you're both rich, I'm guessing.
What girls like?
Fresh. Listen, wait. I know that he's fresh and fit. So you both of you make good money. I can see both of your bezels. You're doing all right. But he doesn't need to be an like outspoken asshole just because he's rich. Whereas you come across as that. So for example, for me, I can be with a successful man.
I just told the truth.
No, but that's okay. He can talk the truth as well, but he doesn't need to talk like you.
Can we
See, you know what's funny? He's telling you the truth. You know what I'm gonna do? Light her ass. I'm a life from the start to the end. But you would never know that. He's being honest though.
But listen.
I'm telling you how men think.
That's okay.
And you don't like it.
But that's okay. For me, You can think whatever you think, but I prefer that to that.
He thinks just like me.
That's okay, but I prefer this attitude to that.
But no.
The same way that every girl thinks the same, and you prefer a girl that is more quiet than me.
This is why women can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Because honestly speaking, they want to be lied to.
Well, no, I just like to be. I just like to be pleasant.
Can we just stop capping this chest?
I get what you're saying, but they want to be lied to, bro. They want to be lied to.
They want
I just want to be pleasant.
Can we just stop capping as chicks?
Because I like
how many guys in your life have you really, really, really liked? Like really, 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 really liked?
Might come across twice a lifetime.
Yeah, 1, 2, maybe, if that. You would have accepted it.
To be honest,
you can't think of one.
God damn.
I literally have never liked
crazy.
anyone properly. I think I'm so picky.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So even the.
Okay, but
Like, I've never liked, like, wow.
Dial-on, but everyone else,
Wow.
right?
Look, I just told you guys. I just gave you guys the formula for success. If you want to be with a super hyper attractive guy that's hyper masculine, etc., you don't have any say. He's gonna do what he wants to do. Obviously, you're gonna be protected and provided for because that's what guys that are super masculine do, right? But you got to deal with masculine problems, successful guy problems. It is what it is.